Welcome into the PFF NFL Daily and happy Thanksgiving, everybody. We're going to talk a little bit of playoffs right now because it's Thanksgiving time, Sam, and we know that's when the real football starts. So when you look at the playoff picture, we're going to look at some of the teams who are technically out of the playoff picture right now who can make a move and make the playoffs. So let's get into it. Which teams are going to make a little playoff push here after Thanksgiving?
I think the obvious one is connected to our last daily. It's Zach Wilson no longer starting for the Jets. They benched him officially heading into this week against Chicago. The reason I was so surprised or didn't think that they would bench him is because they're about to go on a pretty favorable run of defenses that probably would have made Zach Wilson look a lot better. And he's won 5 games when he's been starting. He's lost the 2 games against the Patriots, but against anybody else, Zach Wilson has been enough for the Jets to get over the line. So right now, the Jets are on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. They're the number 8 seed in a 7-seed race. But you look at the teams they're about to face. We have that Chicago game coming up. And then there's a slate of teams that I think they have a pretty good shot against passing-wise. They got to get past Minnesota and Buffalo first. Those are tricky. But then Detroit, Jacksonville, Seattle before that final game against Miami. So they've got some tough games upcoming, but a bunch of teams their passing attack could actually function against. And the rest of this team, we already know is good. Like their defense has given teams problems already.
Yeah, we have over at PFF.com the Jets with the 3rd most difficult schedule to this point. So the fact that they're 6-4 with a difficult schedule, it's not the easiest schedule remaining. It is from an offensive standpoint, as you're saying, it's a really favorable pass offense schedule for a passing offense. So yeah, the Jets remain intriguing. They are right now the number 8 seed at 6-4. The Cincinnati Bengals also 6-4, so they'd be right on the bubble there in the AFC. The team that's right behind them, though, is the Los Angeles Chargers, and I'm not ready to quit the Chargers, Sam. Is that okay?
Never.
Can we not quit the Chargers yet?
Never ready.
I mean, look, they have their issues. They get injured every time you think they're doing well, but they're 5-5. But they're 5-3 in non-Chiefs games. So that's what I'm going to just like the Jets are 6-2 when they don't have to play the Patriots, and you don't have to play those teams anymore. So I think the Chargers still have that run in them. It's really going to come down to health, right? I mean, it's got to come down to, can they get Mike Williams back out there? Is Keenan Allen going to stay on the field? And will Justin Herbert, will they play up to his potential that we keep talking about? You know, his ability to get the ball down the field. Are they going to lean into that at some point and let the Chargers try to become an explosive offense?
Yeah, look, I still think the Chargers have a really good shot. You always start first and foremost with the quarterback. And of the teams looking to try and get in from the AFC, they're the team with the best quarterback. They have Justin Herbert. The Jets are going to be Mike White down the stretch. And the Patriots, the team in the playoff seeding at the moment, but the one I think most likely to drop out, they got Mac Jones, a quarterback, or Bailey Zappi if they end up making a change. And you look at the Patriots run, they're on the road today, Thanksgiving, against the Vikings. Then they have Buffalo. They have the Arizona Cardinals on the road. They have Cincinnati. They have Miami. And then they have that final game against Buffalo. So they've got a bunch of tough games that could easily see them drop a bunch and drop out of that playoff picture. And if there's a team looking to take advantage of it, like the Chargers have the best quarterback, so they can, I think, show up in games where they're overmatched and overcome a deficit in a way the Patriots and the Jets maybe can't.
Yeah, those are the things we're looking at, right? So again, PFF.com, looking at the power rankings page, and it's a great little breakdown, right? You can see schedule strength to date based off the teams that you faced, and then remaining. So a 6-4 New England team has the 24th number 24 schedule. That's difficult so far. I'm sorry, easier so far, and the second most difficult schedule remaining. So that's where it's tough to believe in New England going forward with those Bills games and everything that they have coming up down the road. But I think the NFC is also intriguing. And when you talk about the teams that are technically outside of the playoff picture right now, Washington Commanders right now would be the number 8 seed at 6-5. Atlanta Falcons are 5-6. They're the 9 seed. But the teams they're chasing that are technically in the playoff picture, New York Giants at 7-3, Seattle Seahawks at 6-4. The Giants, the team that we've been waiting to, fall back down to earth, but have they built up enough, right? They're a game ahead of the Seahawks, game and a half ahead of Washington, who they still have to play twice. Have they built up enough wins that the Giants are still going to, sneak into the playoffs here?
I think it's certainly up for grabs. Like the thing that makes the NFC compelling in a way the AFC isn't as much is because not only do you have the prospect of one of the wild card teams falling out, like the Giants would be the obvious one, but you have the NFC South still up for grabs. Like the division is still live for one of these teams on the bubble looking to try and make it in a way that isn't quite the same with the AFC. So right now, Atlanta, they're 5-6, they're below 500, but that's only half a game back from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win that division. Like Atlanta could go on a run or just, with the victories that they have, still take the division and make that an interesting dynamic as well.
DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. It's my go-to when betting on the NFL this holiday season. Right now, new customers can bet just $5 on any NFL team to win their game and get $150 in free bets if they do. Check it out. Right now, everyone can earn up to 100% boost with DraftKings stepped-up same-game parlays. You go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app, place a same-game parlay, and combine multiple bets, like which team will win, player props, point totals, and more. The more legs you add, the bigger the boost, the bigger your shot to win big. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code PFF. Place a $5 bet on any NFL team to win their game, and you get $150 in free bets if they do. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook with the code PFF. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. All right, Sam, you were just going to take like an entire heel turn here on Thanksgiving later. You want to talk food in a little bit here? You want to talk Thanksgiving food after we wrap this up?
I mean, we can if you like. I just
all right, that's
curious that your celebrated meal is terrible.
All right, we'll circle back to your heel turn, but let me wrap it up with this. I don't know if I'm a believer in the Washington Commanders making a play here, but the challenge for the Giants to hold on to that last spot. The PFF power ranking page has the Giants 26th. The 7-3 Giants, we have them 26th because they've had the easiest schedule to this point, but they have the third most difficult schedule remaining. I'm calling the Giants dropping out. The Commanders, even though I don't love them, are they going to sneak in? The Seahawks, the Falcons? How many teams could potentially overtake the Giants if we do believe they're going to fall off as much as they could?
Yeah, I mean, the problem with the Giants is you look at their schedule. They've got this game in Thanksgiving against the Dallas Cowboys. That's one we expect them to
With
lose.
no offensive linemen healthy.
Right. And all these tough games are in the division. They get to play Washington twice. That would be a big thing for them keeping in the play. If they can sweep Washington, they go a long way towards staying in there. But if they lose, at least if they split the series to Washington, you've probably got a loss to Dallas. You've got another game against Philadelphia. You've got two games against Philadelphia, rather. You've got a game on the road against Minnesota. Like they've got some tough games to get by. So if they end up doing anything other than dropping two to Washington, I think they've got some issues.
All right, so that's the official call. This is when the Giants come back down to earth. I think Washington sneaks in along with Seattle in the NFC. And keep an eye on the Jets and Chargers in the AFC, two teams that are out of the playoff picture who are going to get in. All right, let's talk Thanksgiving food here. It's Thanksgiving. It's a beautiful meal, great time for family and giving thanks. And Sam over here was giving me all of his complaints off air, so we'll give you some time. We'll give you some time.
Just the things that are like this great celebratory meal, right? Objectively, the worst meat you can get. Turkey, it's just inferior to every other meal, right?
Chicken. Objectively, it's worse than chicken?
Yes. It's a bad, it's just a worse, drier chicken. The only difference is there's more of it, but it's worse. So it's the worst meat. It's worse than chicken. It's worse than pork. It's worse than beef. It's worse anything else, right? So bad meat, it's bad starting point.
It's healthy and lean.
And then every side that is accompanying this thing is bad, except stuffing. Stuffing's the one thing. That's the one.
Stuffing's perfect. Great.
Yes.
Gravy. Mashed potatoes.
I mean, okay. Right. What about everything else that's traditional?
Those are the essentials. Everything else is kind of like a free-for-all, whatever you want. If you're in the South, you have something, like everybody's got their own stuff. Those are the basics. The basics are good. The foundation, the fundamentals of Thanksgiving are strong.
But these like green bean casserole things, these sweet potato marshmallow messes, what is this? These are all bad.
I don't know. Those are Southern things, aren't they? You're complaining about the South is what you're doing here.
I mean,
I don't think people in the North. We do live down there. Hey, what would you do? I mean, look, what's St. Patty's Day? We're gonna boil a corned beef. I mean, that's what you guys are known for, right?
That's just drink, so we're fine there.
Right. Your food's so bad, everybody just drinks.
That's not so bad. We just focus on the important things, Like, why bother with the stale turkey when you can, the important things in life?
I just don't know if you have a leg to stand on to complain about the food. We have a good
I
base.
think
We get a good foundation where people go off the rails. When they start playing off script, it could go any way. Mac
it's
and cheese
literally
is
the
solid.
worst. It's literally the worst base. It's taking the worst meat and then trying to build a meal around it.
Only you could sit here and complain on a great day. Joyous occasion like Thanksgiving. Send all your hate mail to Sam at PFF_Sam. I'm going to unfollow you again so I don't have to see all this. But happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Enjoy your turkey. Enjoy your good foundational meal. And we'll see you again after the games. It's the PFF